There was a man by the name of Abdullah, and he was cursed by his father. And as a result of that curse, he ended up being paralyzed for life. The story goes that he had ended up in a bad crowd, and he ended up smoking with some of his friends, and he took up a bad habit. And someone told his father, and his father was furious. So he confronted him, and he said, "Have you started smoking?" And he said no. Lied straight to his face. He said, "I don't feel any remorse. I didn't feel any remorse saying that." And as his father continued to press the issue, he became more and more angry, and then he cursed at his father. Now, when he cursed at his father became very upset. And he said to him, "May Allah break your neck if you are lying." The man, he thought nothing of it. He was in so much ghafla. He could not even comprehend what had just happened. He left his house, went out with some friends, and he made a plan to go swimming the next day. And they went swimming, and they noticed that the tap was not on. And apparently in Saudi Arabia, there's taps on the bottom of the swimming pool, which needs to be on. So he said he put a chair in the pool to help him go down, because it was 3 meters deep. And he went under the chair to work on the tap, and he was a very good swimmer. He got stuck, and he couldn't move his body, and his friends thought that he was just, like fooling around. And once they realized, they tried to save him, and it took them 15 minutes to pull him out of the water, and he should have been dead. But he says that he did some good deeds to an old widow. He gave her some money out of his income every month, and she used to make dua for him, and he attributes that to why he didn't die. And they kept pumping water out of his body, and they did several surgeries, I think 15 surgeries, and finally they were able to save his life, but he was paralyzed. And it was at this point that he realized, and he made tawbah, and he started to become a preacher from his bed in the hospital, or from his resting place. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him the opportunity to make tawbah. And he talks about the importance of the parents, and that people used to come visit him for some tarbiyah after this, including some orphans. And one of the orphans, he stayed behind, and he looked at him with longing, and he said, "I wish I was in your place." And he said, "A'udhu billah, fear Allah, like I'm paralyzed and you're healthy. Why would you say that?" He said, "You don't know the pain of not having a mother." And so now he spends his time preaching to people to be good to their parents, because he does not want them to repeat the situation that he's in, and to appreciate the ni'mah that they have.